Hi there, my name's Jackie Wiseman and I'm your instructor for this course. I just wanted to do a quick walkthrough through Blackboard to help you navigate a little bit and hopefully get you off to a good start this semester. First of all, when you open the course Math 170 in Blackboard, it should look something like this. And I'm going to start over here on the lower left. These items under details and actions I don't expect you're going to use, so you can ignore that. If you need to contact me, you can access my email through this little envelope here. But content is the section that's highlighted right now, and that is the course. I mean, your course information is all in this section right here. So we're going to walk through that more extensively in a second. There is a calendar here. I recommend you print the one that's at the end of the syllabus and use it. It's a little bit easier to read, but we have this one. You can look at a day schedule or a month schedule. The assignments on the day schedule aren't going to appear unless you scroll down, because most of our things are due at 11:59 p.m., which is midnight. So you'll see at the bottom you have one due Monday night. Looking at the month layout, it is a little bit easier to see what's coming up. Under announcements, I will be posting announcements. I generally post one a week, so you want to be on the lookout for those. If anything comes up during the week, besides that one regular announcement, it's possible you'll get more than that. So you just want to be in the habit of checking the announcements a couple of times a week and just to avoid missing anything. We do have some discussions, but these are accessible through the course content, so don't really expect you need to be here. The gradebook is good for looking at your grades on like the derivative activity, for example, or especially the Blackboard assignments, but these are not in any good order or whatever, it seems like, and I recommend just looking at the MyLab Math gradebook, which I'll show you in a second. There are messages here. You can contact me through messages, but I answer my email. I'm looking at the email more often, so I recommend using email, but this is certainly an option for you. Now, going back to the content, I just want to give you a little brief overview here because I don't have a lot of time on this video, but there is an introduction to Blackboard on here with a little video that shows you how to navigate as well. And then the Start Here module is what I wanted to direct you to because there's just a lot of information in here. Not only is this walkthrough in the Start Here module, but your course information, information about me, your syllabus and schedule is accessible here. If you click on the three dots to the right of this document, when you see this little icon here, it means that's a document. So you can download that document, and when you save it, it should open it up in the form of a PDF, and you can see the syllabus here. So the syllabus is something you definitely want to look through, especially for grading policies and information like that. So we will have homework, which is going to occur through MyLab Math, and we'll have quizzes that link out to MyLab Math as well. You have exams, of course, that are 2 of which are proctored. Exams 2 and your final exam are proctored exams. So those are exams that you absolutely have to take on a computer because we use a third-party service called Respondus to proctor those exams. So you need a computer with a webcam, high-speed internet, and if any of that is a problem, the college does have some computers that they will loan out for you. So you want to sign up for that as soon as possible because, you don't want them all to disappear before you get one if you really do need it. Exams and quizzes need to be done on time. Activities are in the same category as the quizzes are. And the activities need to be turned in on time for sure because they rely on feedback from other students. So if you don't get your assignment done on time, then there's not time to get the feedback done and all that before the due date. A lot of the homework exercises or assignments have a 70% minimum requirement on them before you can move on. If you struggle and can't seem to get that 70%, I can lift that for you so you can move on, but you have to ask. I ultimately want you to get that 70% before you move on, just because it kind of tells me you got it a little bit better than if you couldn't make that score, of course. The division, Math and Stats division at BCTC does have a policy that requires you to earn a 60% average or higher between the two proctored exams to have a chance of passing the class. So on top of having a passing average, these two exams must have a passing average as well. So keep that in mind when you're prepping for your exams. There are show your work questions on quizzes and exams, and the show your work questions will require you to show steps that support the answer you put in the box of the question, and of course they need to be mathematically accurate. So you want to make sure that when you're doing your homework and practicing your assignments that you're writing the problem down, you're showing your steps so that someone else could look at it and see what you did going from one step to the other and follow it to the answer. Withdrawal policies, there's just lots of information on here, but if you'll notice at the very end of your syllabus, there is a course calendar, and this calendar is the one that I recommend you print and just keep it at the front of your math notebook or whatever so you have access to it all the time. Get in the habit of looking at it every day, and you'll know what's coming up and what's due when. These are due dates, so this to me is the best way to look at it, at the calendar, rather than what we did before. All right. So back to Blackboard. The calendar's on here as well. You can download it separately and print it by itself if you like. If you ever need to look at the final exam schedule or the BCTC college calendar, it's on here as well. Access to that is available. Now you can move, if you look at this right arrow up here, you can move on to the next page using that arrow. Your grading and feedback is on here, percentages and how your grade is calculated. Academic integrity, withdrawal information. If throughout the semester you think you might need to withdraw from the class, the information on how to do that can be found here. There is a link to that web page. If you are in need of accommodations, then information about how to sign up for accommodations is on this page, and so on and so forth. There's tech tips if you're having computer trouble. There's some guides here to take you through any problems you might have. My go-to is to ask you to clear your cache and cookies, because that seems to fix a lot of problems. But, if that's not it, sometimes I direct you to the tech support or something like that. But that information is in here as well. Let's see. Academic resources. I'll just let you look through some of this stuff. I can't read all that for you, but let's see. Your required downloads and that kind of information is on here. We went through that already. So let me back out of that and scooch on down a little bit here. Math tutoring information. We do have tutoring on campus that is free for students. So information about that can be found on this page. And we also have a service called BrainFuse, which is online tutoring. If you happen to be doing your homework at 3 a.m. or some crazy time like that, then BrainFuse might be of use to you, because it's 24/7, around the clock, help to you if you need it, and it is free through the college. So you would click on this link to get in on that. Now this little View My Grades section, notice how it has the little rocket ship on the left? anything that has a rocket ship is a link. This will link you out to the grade book in MyLab Math. And this is where really all your math grades are going to be here. When you review like a quiz or an exam to see comments that I've made on it, perhaps, you're going to go to this grade book. And I will take your Blackboard assignments and put them in here as well, the grades at least. So this is the grade book that I'm going to use for the course. So anyway, view my grades is how you get there from here. Now your actual assignments begin in Module 0. You have orientation assignments. There's an activity, which is basically just an introduction activity, and you want to make sure you follow the instructions because you have to post a picture and you have to respond to another student and things like that. There's an orientation assignment. See the little rocket ship again? That's going to link out to MyLab Math because it's located there. And then you want to read this little section before starting in Module 1. And again, when you see this little picture, this icon here, that means that that's a document. Scooting on down, Module 1 starts with the math stuff. So you get an overview at the beginning of each module, and you'll probably want to look through that. It's brief. And this section has an algebra review. I find a lot of calculus students, one of their biggest things to overcome are algebra skills. So if you need to review some algebra skills, then this is where you want to look. There's some reviews here, along with some, well, just things that you need to know. There's also a little video down here, algebra review. So that would be good for everyone to look at, I'm sure. Sometimes that's what people have more trouble with than the actual calculus stuff. Limits is one section, and this is what you're going to do. You're just going to go through Blackboard and click on the next section that comes up down. You know, you look through the section overview and all this information, blah, blah, blah. And then when you go to the next one, it's going to be a link to take you to your homework. So you click on this, it takes you to MyLab Math, which is your homework, and it's not going to open up for me here because I haven't done the orientation and syllabus assignment, which is a prerequisite for this section. So, but if you do the orientation one first, it'll open up for you. And then just keep following the arrows. There's 1B. There is a PowerPoint here. There's videos as well. And then you can go again to the homework section. So from here on out, you're just working your way down through the course. You'll do that till the end of the semester. Start at the top, work your way down page by page, and you'll get there. If you try to skip around too much, you're going to miss some valuable information. You're going to miss some discussion boards and things like that. And of course, we do not want that to happen. So I will mention that when you take exams, if you look at the review and take exam 1, instructions for your exam, the review for the exam is here. It's in document form. And solutions are on there as well as some videos for you to review for an exam. Instructions, you need to read the instructions, of course. And then, of course, the link, the little rocket ship, takes you to your actual exam in MyLab Math. And then when you do your work, there's some show your work questions in every quiz and exam. I prefer that you show your work in the exam questions if you can. But if you have trouble with that, or you're afraid that you're going to run out of time or something, keep it on paper. The show your work questions, just number them, write them neatly on the paper, and then you can submit a picture here in this show work for exam 1 portion if you want. If you click on that, then you can submit your answers right here. The paperclip lets you upload a picture, and as long as it's in PDF or JPEG format, it's fine. I'm out of time, but I think that pretty much gives you an idea of what to